Fortnite Showdown is here, and now one person each game is selected to become the bus driver, choosing the path for the entire lobby to drop from. While you're driving this thing, there are rings in the sky that'll spawn supply drops if you fly through them. But let's step back for a minute and admire the view of our brand new Season 2 island. There's a lot changed, and our first stop is at the redesigned version of Lethal Labs. This has now completely turned into the Dark Voyager's headquarters as Dark Dominion. The Zero Point has been pretty much reassembled now, with just a few pieces missing, and you'll quickly discover the Dark Voyager as a boss here with a bunch of drones defending him. If you take out his Echo, you'll get a brand new legendary Chaos Reloader shotgun. Now, the second you boot up this new season, you'll be given a choice. Do you want to pick Team Foundation or Team Ice King? Serious deja vu to anyone who played in the Spy season when you had to pick a permanent side, but instead of unlocking edit styles, this is actually going to bring new weapons to this season. I'll break down everything that we have to bring to the loot pool later in this video, but for now, all you need to know is that you'll actually need to carefully choose your team, because you can't change it afterwards. Depending on who wins by the end of the season, they'll get an exclusive style for the Foundation or Ice King. This is all part of a brand new rivalry feature where you can become rivals with other players in your lobby, and wiping them out will reward you with points. It's pretty much the old bounty system, but with way more incentive to actually get it done. So for example, you have 5 minutes only to track down your enemy, and the game tells you exactly where they are. Defeat them, and you'll get a new currency that can be spent on exotics and abilities. Plus, there's even a global leaderboard that shows who's contributing the most to their team. More contracts you do, the more points everyone gets to unlock more items later in the season. Season 2 has also given us some brand new Rift anomalies just to fit into this new system. There's a chance that Rivalry Rumble can activate, and this will give every single person in the match a rivalry at the same time, plus bonus credits for completing them. But there's also a chance of getting the Storm Focus anomaly that'll straight up reveal the final storm at the start of a match and change its shape. I'll just say, it's impossible to miss one of the largest POIs we've ever seen in Fortnite. Frigid Fortress, the domain of the Ice King, has been transported to the map, and it's 10 times bigger than Polar Peak from Chapter 1. This castle extends the entire length of the whole ice biome, and it looks insane. Not only will you find the Ice King here, but he's also supported by a second boss for Lady Windfrost, one of our new Battle Pass skins. Right now, they actually don't drop anything special, but that's because his true item, the Ice King Gauntlets, will be unlocked when his rivalry team reaches the threshold. The gauntlets look incredible. You'll be able to fire icicles as your main attack, or unleash a huge ice storm that deals damage to a large area. These will be the very first thing that unlocks once Team Ice King hits their milestones, and it might even be available by the time you watch this video. And as you look around the map, especially the ice biome, you'll find a ton of 0 point shards that can distort your gameplay. One of them will give you icy feed, while this one will enable low gravity. But you could also get this effect from a ton of fish that have returned around the shard, like the Vendetta Flopper. If you jump into them, you'll also be rifted into the sky, which is great for mobility, especially now that one of these shards will give you the 0 point dash ability. If you seriously want mobility though, you can find the brand new Skyline Deployer. This will shoot a zipline literally anywhere you aim. It's attached through a balloon, and you get 3 shots before you need to recharge. Not only that, but once you reach the end of your rope, you can use a redeploy to take you even further. But I'll say, not everyone's impressed by it.
This is garbage. I mean, this is literally awful.
And so this made me wonder what every Fortnite streamer ranked this season 1 through 10. And at the end of this video, I'll show you what they said. But before I get to that, all the talk lately has been about what Fortnite would do to the Area 51 POI. We've known it would get a huge overhaul in Season 2, and now it's called New Sanctuary. It's not just a reference to Chapter 3, but a redesign to make this the Seven's official headquarters in their fight against the Ice King and Dark Voyager. Honestly, the layout is pretty much the exact same as before, it's just been tidied up and given a fresh face, and here you'll find the Order and the Foundation as NPCs. This is pretty much where we're getting all of the insights into how the story's going so far. You might run around this season and find a shockwave grenade, but when you pick it up, it has a totally different name. Well, you're actually looking at an overdrive grenade. As you can see, this blasts you away just like the shockwave, but without destroying builds. Instead, you'll get an unlimited sprint power up for a while, which is actually worth the trade-off. Let's move on to another huge POI added for Season 2, and this one is all the way on the left side of the map. Say hello to Squibbly Shores. This is the home place of another new Battle Pass skin, Squibbly, and he's even a boss here that can turn invisible and throw squids at you. Once you wipe him out, Squibbly will drop a legendary combat AR, some gold, and of course, a slurp fish. But fans are hunting for a completely different weapon this season, the brand new DMR that can beam people from miles away. This is the Vector 7. Honestly, one of my favorite weapons added so far, unlike the bouncing boomsticks. These are a mix of cluster grenades and OG dynamite, and they look pretty much identical, but they work like this. Honestly, I don't really think anyone's gonna actually use these, especially when we have way better items around the corner, because that brings me to what Fortnite locked you out of. As people complete rivalry contracts and earn points for their team, they'll hit milestones that add a brand new item to the loot pool. Both teams have 5 rewards each for stage 1 of the season, which means there are literally 10 things that you can't play with right now, and fans are really bummed out about it. This season honestly doesn't feel like a grand update, because even though Epic worked their butts off to give us a ton of new content, we're not going to be able to experience any of it right now. It's basically a drip feed. On the Foundation side, their first reward will be the 7's Power Gloves. These will have unlimited charges that have to regenerate, with your main attack being a dash punch. You can also hit people with an uppercut. Next up will be the 7's Cluster Cannon, and it does exactly what you expect. This will be followed by an exotic version of the Vector 7 DMR, which is going to be the Foundation's Rift Rifle from all of those Chapter 2 live events. Then, his team will unlock golden fishing spots, which kind of benefits everyone honestly, and the vault key for this 7 compound in New Sanctuary. And right now, you can't open it until you reach that milestone. If you decide to pick Team Ice King, first, you'll get some less interesting rewards because it starts off with the Ice King gauntlets that I showed you earlier, but then it's followed by Slapperoni Pizza. Literally just a reskinned version of the old pizza item, except it also gives you a slap for eating it. After that, there's a new Rift anomaly that'll be unlocked called Stabilize, and this one does sound pretty good. It'll give you a chance of a drone swarm spawning, and when you take them down, they'll drop loot from previous seasons. The remaining 2 rewards aren't anything as special, literally just an enhanced harpoon gun and the Ice King's vault key. But there's an exclusive reward that you can get right now, and that's a secret edit style for the Foundation. Anyone who gets the battle pass in the first week of the season will unlock an exclusive stealth tech style that is gone forever after March 26th. And this style doesn't just include his outfit, but will also appear for the back bling, glider, and pickaxe. So if you buy the battle pass, use code T5G to support my channel. I really appreciate it. Speaking of the battle pass, I've shown you most of the headliners like the Ice King, Lady Windfrost, the Foundation, and Squibbly, but there is plenty more outfits that make this one of our coolest battle passes in years. This is Dasha, a former member of the Imagined Order, and on the other side of the coin we have Elite Jules. That's right, she is back, and this might be one of my favorite Jules design we have ever had. She is also joined by the Order, and a collab that everyone has been excited for is Bugs Bunny. It looks incredible, and Fortnite knows this, so they made him the only skin in the whole battle pass that is locked behind a level requirement. That means you gotta be rank 85 just to get this guy, which kinda sucks, but at least the rest of the Looney Tunes will be in the item shop later this season. But did you know, there's a collab with one of the biggest TV shows of all time happening in just 24 hours, and that's Game of Thrones. That's right, out of nowhere, Fortnite just announced that it's coming to the item shop tomorrow night. It's to celebrate the 15th anniversary of the show, and includes Jon Snow, Daenerys Targaryen, and the Night King. Honestly, this fits perfectly with the whole ice versus fire element to this season, and apparently Jon Snow is even going to be reactive to the time of day, while Daenerys will be customizable. I love Game of Thrones, and if you do too, feel free to use code T5G in the item shop if you decide to pick him up. Now you might be wondering, where's Captain America we saw in the trailer? He's not in the pass, and that's because he's hitting the shop tonight along with a brand new Iron Man, because they're MCU collabs in the lead up to Doomsday. Tony's finally got his earlier suits with the Mark III, and Cap's entering the fight with his first Avenger outfit, but that's not all. One of the best parts of Fortnite collabs is when it affects the gameplay, and right now you can hop into Blitz to play on the Stark Island once again, and this time there's a bunch of Marvel Mythics on offer. Instead of just War Machine's arsenal and Iron Man's repulsors, you could also get your hands on Cap's shield, Doom's gauntlets, even Gwenpool's SMGs. Everything from the Chapter 5 collab is here. Reload also has a new mode with the update today, and while it's nothing crazy like a new map, a lot of fans are happy to finally see the return of Slurp Rush to the island rotation. Now, Surf City has been removed, which honestly a lot of people are celebrating because while the map was fun, it was also just one giant POI. Not to mention, this return also gives you a free bonus 4 stages for your map mastery quests. As for our heroes, there's also a brand new version of Hope dropping tonight with her brand new rival style and sword. Somehow, she's got yet another remix suit before Jones when he's still stuck in his underground design, so maybe that's coming later in the season. Please, Epic. At least if you pick her up, you'll be able to show off your skin for longer on the windscreen. Ever since Fortnite's been updating this the past few seasons, it's meant that you could barely see your character, your emote, or even time to get to move around after winning the game. Now, when Epic said they were trying to revamp the entire loophole for this season, they weren't kidding around. 9 items have been unvaulted already, like the Combat and Nemesis ARs, the Chapter 2 pistol, the Twin Mag, and the Thunderburst SMGs. Wait, actually it goes on. The Flowberry Mist Grenades, Iron Pump, and Twin Hammer Shotguns, the Shield Bubble Jr., and Porta Bunker for 0-build players. It is nice to see a bunch of loophole changes, but it kinda means nothing when all the fun new stuff we have waited 3 months for is locked behind challenges. So what do Fortnite creators rank this season 1 through 10? Well, here's what they said.
1 through 10. I'm gonna say that this season so far, I'm rating the season a 7 out of 10.
What up, Tommy? I mean, I'm currently on CSGO. I wish there was more change. That's all I could say. I really wish there was more change, dude. I would say solid 6.
And I'll give it a 3 just because Tongue is coming to the item shop.
I give this season a 7.9 out of 10 simply because I feel like they're playing it too safe with the new content that we're getting. I feel like we have got a lot of reskinned items, but I just don't feel like there's enough new.
I'm gonna say a 5. I mean, the pubs aspect is cool and all, but it's just the same.
So far, I would rate it a 7.8. Big fan of like all the live events they did. Big fan of the like lore being back and all that. As far as just gameplay, straight up, I'll give it a 7.8.
That is everything you need to know about Fortnite Showdown. It's been Tommy. Like I said, if you want to support us, use code T5G in the item shop, and I'll catch you tomorrow on Top 5 Gaming.